Alright, so if you're having the problem of a low trust factor warning coming up as soon as you start queuing for competitive matchmaking, I'm going to show you how you can attempt to fix this. Now, just to point out, there is no actual true fix, like you can't just make it go away. This will take a little bit of time, but I can show you guys some really helpful ways that will eventually help completely remove this warning. Now, real fast, I do just want to say only about 2.5% of you guys who watch my videos are actually subscribed. And as you guys can see, the not subscribed portion of people who watch my videos is really big. If you guys are enjoying these videos and if you do want to see more, then make sure you guys smash that subscribe button. It would really help me out. But anyways, let's get right into the video. Now, just to quickly describe the low trust factor warning, it basically means that you have been a little bit suspicious in game. The algorithm is kind of based on what you're doing not only in CSGO but also on Steam and in other games. So just to keep in mind, if you were hacking in another game, for example, that's on Steam with your same account you're currently playing CSGO on, the problem of hacking could be causing a low trust factor in CSGO. But if you're not, and if you're only playing CSGO and this low trust factor warning comes up, most of the time it means that you've been playing good enough or that you've been hacking to the point where your teammates or the other team in game are reporting you. If you've ever wondered what happens in game after you report someone, it starts off by going to the low trust factor algorithm in CSGO. Basically, if you get reported enough for the entire list of things that it offers for you to report someone in game, you can get the low trust factor warning. The best way to think about this is if you're a really good player, you aren't cheating, but you're hitting some really crazy trick shots, no scopes, flicks, whatever, all the time, and people keep reporting you because they think you're hacking, whether you are or not, your trust factor can be lowered, and if it gets lowered enough, you're gonna see that warning show up. Now, as you guys can see here, if you go onto Steam and you look for an answer to this problem, Steam is gonna tell you that the only way you can improve your trust factor is to be a positive member of CSGO and the Steam community, and that trust factor matchmaking will continue to be adjusted, but all players have to do to improve their matchmaking experience is to continue playing CSGO and the other Steam games legitimately. Now, this really doesn't give you a fix, so I'm gonna give you guys some tips on what you can do to help improve your trust factor. Now, the first thing I want to suggest is to play with players who have a better trust factor rating than you. Now, there is no way to see this, but basically what you want to do is play with anyone who doesn't have the low trust factor warning come up as they start the queue for matchmaking. If you can play with people who do not have this warning and who have a good trust factor, then that is going to help boost your trust factor a lot because it shows the trust factor algorithm that you are playing legitimately with other legit players and are not doing anything suspicious. The next tip I can give you guys is to keep playing the game legitimately or other Steam games legitimately. Like I was saying before, if you're on the same Steam account and say you were hacking in TF2, but you're now playing legitimately on CSGO, you can still get a low trust factor warning because it kind of transfers between all the games. As I was saying, there is no actual way you can view what your trust factor is currently rated at. Basically, the only way you can tell is if it pops up. Now, if it's popping up and you have been hacking in other games, that's most likely the reason why. But if you haven't been hacking and you have been playing legitimately this entire time, most likely the low trust factor is going to be coming from people reporting you in game for stuff maybe you weren't even doing. For example, wall hacking or aim hacking in CSGO. There is no limit to how many times people can report you in game, and if you're constantly being reported, especially even if it's false, your trust factor can still be lowered, but you won't be banned. And that is CSGO's way of making sure you actually are playing legitimately and kind of guessing that some of those reports are fake or misguided. The next tip I can give you guys is to spend your time not only playing CSGO, but also playing other Steam games. As Steam was kind of saying in the description I read earlier, the best way to improve it is just to continue playing other games legitimately, including CSGO. You don't have to just stick with CSGO. Go and play other games. Go mess around with other games on the Steam market, but just don't cheat and play legitimately. If Steam sees you going onto other games and playing and not doing anything suspicious, this can very easily raise your trust factor because they see that you're spending time playing games legitimately and aren't doing anything wrong to where the algorithm might be suspicious. The next tip I can give is in CSGO competitive, try not to top frag over 30 kills. And I know this may sound a little bit weird, but if you don't know, if you top frag over 40 kills, you get an automatic Overwatch case, which basically means another player in CSGO who has the ability to view an Overwatch case might get your case and try to determine whether you're hacking or not. Obviously, if you aren't hacking, you aren't hacking, and you don't really have to worry about it. But if this happens, it can very much affect your trust factor ranking and possibly lower it. Not getting that amount of kills and even getting a bit less to where you're not top fragging will make both the game algorithms and the opposing team less skeptical about you possibly hacking. You basically want to minimize your chance as much as possible for the possibility of people thinking that you're hacking and then reporting you for it. If you can lower this, for example, by getting less kills in the game and not top fragging, it's definitely going to help you out. Again, I know it sounds a little bit weird, but when you do think about it, not top fragging and making people skeptical about whether you're hacking or not will really significantly help. But basically, that's pretty much it. if you follow those tips, you should be able to improve your trust factor pretty fast. As I was saying before, there really is no way to view where you're at with it right now. You'll know it's improved once your warning goes away, and that's pretty much it for how you can tell. But make sure you guys are following those tips, and you'll definitely improve your trust factor within a couple of days. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope I helped some of you guys out, and if I did, make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe if you're new. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys all on the next one. Peace.